Hello, this is Nadia, and this is a screencast recording for eTech 444, and I'm going to be evaluating the application AP US History flashcards. The reason I am choosing to evaluate this particular application is because it's relevant and it's effective, it's very useful. What makes it relevant is it's similar to flashcards, except it's online. But what's nice about it is it gives students an actual break from flashcards, from tangible flashcards. So the thing is as useful and as much research has shown, flashcards are really helpful, especially for just basic memorization, which even though that's of course not the entirety of education, that is a part of education. Especially for AP students when it comes to taking their AP test, there, besides critical thinking, there are facts they have to memorize. So I decided this would be a great application for regular history as well as AP or honors history courses. So just to show you, you can see here there's different categories, starting with colonization, going all the way to the war in Vietnam, which generally is what the AP US history covers. So let's just say we can, select all the categories. And the reason I would tell students to select all the categories because it would give them a good range of selection in terms of practicing the different categories and being able to address them when they're on the AP test. So we can go ahead and push play. So you can see up here, it even gives the category, which is the French and Indian War. And down here is the option to go back, go forward to the next question. And what's nice is you click one, it gives you the answer. Then you can click another, it gives you the question again, then the answer. And so you can see it's basically just like flashcards except online. But as I said, it gives the benefit that research has proven about flashcards while breaking the monotony of actual flashcards. So let's just say they have the question and they answered it and they say, oh shoot, I didn't get it correct. They would click missed. It would flag it then. It would go to the next one. They answer it, let's say they got it correct, they would mark it as correct. So, and then, they could skip. They could go ahead, and up here they're able to see the category that they're looking at. And so so they would take them all, and then at the end they would get a score. And I didn't do the all the questions, so it didn't give me a score. And then what's really cool is they could actually go back and just deselect. So they say, you know what, I didn't seem to really understand these categories, so I'm going to try them again, and let me unclick the categories I did. So similarly, like with flashcards, where you would actually make separate piles, at least I would, and that is what I would instruct my students to do. Similarly, you're basically doing this but online. Um, this this is very effective because it promotes good studying. It's one way to help with memorization, and it definitely speaks to at least student interests in technology, and breaks the monotony of basic flashcards. Of course, this would just be a complement to much more in-depth critical thinking skills. So, in terms of the content, this addresses basic content needs of a variety of content specific as well as common core standards. But as I said, it particularly would be beneficial for AP students when preparing for the AP test. I wouldn't promote this so much in terms of really integrating it into my curriculum. I would more encourage students to do this at home on their own time, or perhaps during free time during class. But otherwise, it would just be very supplemental and primarily be for students to, as a supplement for AP students to help them study during the prior to the AP test. So I hope this screencast has been beneficial for understanding the benefits of online flashcards, and this is just one of many examples of flashcards that are out there online. Thank you very much.